I have no intention of explaining how this skit I now offer to the public fell into my hands. There are two equal and opposite errors into which our race can fall about the devils. One is to disbelieve their existence, the other is to believe and to feel an excessive and unhealthy interest in them. Devils themselves are equally pleased by both errors. Watchers are advised to remember that the devil is a liar. Not everything that the devils say should be assumed to be true, even from its own angle. Enough! Settle down. Let's think this through. Major, can you give us your report again?
Sir, our troops have reported a strange and powerful force rising up near the Mediterranean Sea, in Samaria, Galilee, Judea, and Jerusalem. One man is leading this new movement.
How? One man can't possibly have that much.
Stand down today. It's not your place to speak. Thank you, Major. However, I still have to question your intel. How can one man possibly lead such a movement? Men are weak and susceptible, even when they're in numbers. They're wretched. How much weaker is one man?
General, if I may, this is not any ordinary man. This man who calls himself Jesus claims to be the Christ, the Son of God, which means that he is directly from the enemy himself. His words are turning people from our ways. Prostitutes, tax collectors, and sinners' hearts are being changed. Even our best subjects are being turned away from us.
Okay, maybe Jesus has claimed to be the Messiah, but how can we even be sure that's true? I guarantee that once the novelty wears off Jesus' message, our people will run right back to what they have always known. I have also received reports that Jesus is merely human. For one, he looks like man. Despicable and ugly, he's nothing like us higher beings. He needs to eat. He needs to sleep. He spends time among crowds of humans. What about him makes you think he's divine?
We have our first-hand witnesses on this.
I have first-hand witnesses as well.
You're underestimating the
And
enemy.
you're too fearful of him.
Stand down, the both of you. Lieutenant, you have something to say?
Demons. Either Jesus is a delusional man who says he's the son of the enemy, or he really is the son who became man. I say, after reading these reports, that we should assume the worst and take him for his word.
So what does this mean for us? How can we further the kingdom below when the enemy's son is working against us? Our Father below will not be pleased.
It's simple. We killed the Son of Man. So, this is what we know. Jesus is the son of the enemy, which implies that he's of the same nature as the enemy himself. If this were the case, that'd be bad news for us, since we would not have the upper hand. But fortunately, he made the foolish decision of becoming human. I guess so he could sympathize with your weaknesses.
And if he's a human, that means he's given up his godly nature.
And instead assume man's character. He's weak.
Right. Every man I know is mortal, and so if Jesus is man, then he must be mortal.
So we can kill him. Yes, good, because I want this movement crushed before any more damage is done. Let's do this now.
Wait. Why should we be the ones to kill him? Why don't we have the very people he's preaching to turn against him? Have them do the dirty work.
Collaborates.
Well, Jesus is reaching out to the sinners, right? So why don't we show our power by making those who would be most susceptible to be most receptive to his message, the religious leaders, to turn against him?
Yes, I like this plan.
Oh, I have great news then. I've been working with one of Jesus' disciples for some time, and I know I have enough influence to make him betray his teacher.
And I know which leaders in Jerusalem to stir up.
Yes, take this to the soldiers in the field and tell them to act quickly to kill this man. Demons, you have witnessed a great victory against righteousness in life today. But do not take rest, for there's much work to be done. The humans' hearts are still in our hands, and they are still sensitive to the enemy's lies. But take joy, for we are taking all the right steps towards furthering the kingdom down below.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong. What do we miss?
What's the matter with you?
The plan failed. He's back.
Who?
Jesus.
Wasn't he put to death?
He was torn to pieces and crucified.
And the plan should have worked.
But he's back. He's not dead anymore.
All men stay dead.
Why did he stay in the grave?
Let's review this. The rewards of sin is death, an eternal union with our Father below. That's how it always was, and is, and will be. That's its nature.
Then why is he still alive? If he's human, then we should be able to still kill him.
Silence. Let me collect my thoughts. Silence. So this is what we know. Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, and so he was both man and God. But we assumed that he shed off his godly nature when he took on a human body. We thought he was vulnerable to death.
But clearly we were wrong. If death could not hold Jesus in the grave, that means he was really sinless. He really was God.
So what he was teaching and saying was true?
Yes. And that's the most dangerous part. He was claiming to be the way, the truth, the life, the only way for the enemy to know and yet to keep the humans.
I see. His purpose was to redeem mankind. By sending his son, God made a way for these humans, as wretched and unlovable as they are, to make a way back to them. He really loves them.
We should have known. So this was his true purpose. We should have known his true purpose. If we had known, we would have beaten him and tortured him to an inch of his life and then left him to rot. But his plan was ultimately to die.
He used us. No one else could have seen it coming. It's impossible.
Exactly. It's impossible. Unbelievable. That's what we need to convince the men of. That this story is simply unbelievable. No God would possibly want to redeem his creation so badly that he sends his son to die for their sins.
Yes. This is not over yet. The battle's only just begun. And this was undoubtedly the enemy's definitive move. And although we've lost, there's still time. And our goal remains the same. If we are going down, we are going to take down as many humans with us as possible. Take courage, for we will blind them in their sin. We will harden their hearts to the enemy, and we will create and develop a culture and society that promotes our beliefs. In their weakness, we will find power, and we will crush them. We will rule over them. We will subject them to our will. This day, we fight.